Before we officially get started on the 2025 state of the city for the city of Jackson, I want to make sure we take care of some housekeeping items. First and foremost, if you didn't make your way to the basement and see our great kitchen project, please visit the basement. We've invested a lot down there, and we're really proud to showcase our entrepreneurial kitchen, our teaching kitchen, our community kitchen. This kitchen is going to do a lot of things. This space that we're in right now is going to do a lot of things. So before we get to the proper agenda, I want to thank a few people who provided food for tonight. We wanted to riff on the kitchen theme by having some food available. So I'd like to show some appreciation to Chelsea Cakes, Kenny Cakes, Heavenly Bakes and Cakes, Big Guy Catering, and the Grand River Brewery for providing food for us tonight. They're in the back rooms out there. Encourage everyone to make sure you sample some of that as well. And also, this event would not be possible with a core set of city staff. So right now, I'd also like to recognize Aaron Dimmick, Lisa Motino, Kelly Hoover, Ron Howard, and James Rappa, critical to pulling this event off. You just give me a round of applause for those city staff to make this happen. I feel truly blessed to have my job as city manager. It's a job that has its trials and tribulations, and there's always something exciting going on in Jackson. But for the life of me, I can't remember what it is today. We're going to have John Ferguson from the Jackson Masonic Lodge number 17 come up and give the invocation. Followed by that, we'll have Ms. Calvina Mahoney, who will sing our national anthem. And the very exciting part of our agenda tonight is hearing from all 7 council members, including the mayor, about their vision for the future of the city of Jackson. And of course, giving away a couple keys to the city. There's a lot to be thankful for here in Jackson. There's a lot to rejoice about, and I think this space and this project is one of them. And this is only made possible through the vision and commitment of City Council, and for that I thank them, and I thank them for giving me the opportunity to be here tonight. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce John Ferguson from the Jackson Masonic Lodge.
Good evening. It is an honor to be here. If everyone would please just assume an attitude of prayer. Great and glorious architect of the universe, as we gather today from a multitude of places and perspectives to hear from our city leadership and celebrate our combined efforts, we ask for your presence and guiding hand. Give us ears to hear and voices to advocate. Celebrating our combined efforts and accomplishments, we pause to remember those who have paved the way for us to realize our present and look with joyful hope to our future as a community. Protect this gathering and the citizens assembled. Bless our elected officials and give them guidance as we rise with renewed hope and continue on the path to prosperity in the city of Jackson. As above, so below, on earth as it is in the heavenly place, not made by human hands, so mote it be. Amen.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last streaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I think with the full belly and that performance, we probably have a good night. We can call it a night already. Well, we have council members to hear from, so we'll get out of here probably about 10:30 tomorrow. Without any further ado, you don't want to hear me make bad jokes. I'd like to bring up First Ward Council Member Ms. Arlene Robinson.
Good evening, everyone. I'm not like the guys, but good evening. As the First Ward City Council member, I'm honored to speak about the positive change that we have witnessed in Ward 1 over the last few years. I recall having a discussion with the former mayor, previous mayor, Mayor Dobies, as to what changes I would like to see in my ward. And immediately I said I would love to see that the city come into the neighborhoods and start making some change. To enhance and create a more thriving community for us on Ward 1. From that conversation, it led us to establishing what we call the Martin Luther King Corridor Improvement Authority. It's a board for the south side of Jackson. From there, we established a board of officers. We created bylaws. We hired a board director to make great strides to make changes in that neighborhood. Fast forward to highlight board achievements. We have received $4.5 million from the city in ARPA funds to invest in the neighborhood. To date, we have invested $1 million into existing and new businesses in our ward. We've had corridor cleanups. We've hired expert business people to help our businesses prepare to operate and sustain their businesses. Last and most importantly, we've been a food desert in Ward 1 for over 25 years. And now on the table is a discussion around bringing a full grocer into Ward 1. There was discussion around the property that the city owned on Prospect. It was a smaller property, and as you know, a grocer would be interested in larger and better return for their investment. So we have chosen a location just outside of Ward 1. It is one block from Ward 1's boundaries. That location is large enough for the full grocer so we can have a complete line of food, vegetables, and awful full groceries. We've developed more, the developer is looking for more attraction to their business. And as you know, Prospect is kind of right down in the neighborhood where there's not a lot of traffic. So versus the traffic that we would get on Prospect Street, we would triple that, of course, on the Cooper and Biddle Street location. Anyway, I get nervous up here, but I do want you to know and understand that Ward 1 has been disinvested in for several years. I've experienced that. I was there when we had a thriving neighborhood. I was there when things started to change, and I am very appreciative and thank the people of Ward 1 for the opportunity to be there to see this come back to what we would like to see, a thriving neighborhood where we would service the people of our community with all services that they would need in the ward itself. So with that, I'm going to close, but I appreciate everyone coming out today. I appreciate the opportunity to serve the community. I'm there. I may be quiet. Lots of times I don't yell and scream or make big fuss, but my heart is there in Ward 1. And I want you all to know that I'm looking out for the best interest for ourselves, for our youth, and for the seniors of the community. Thank you very much.
So much to be excited for in Ward 1, and now it's my pleasure to introduce Councilmember Anlita Gunn from the 3rd Ward.
Okay, so I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. This is a nice crowd. This is, I think, my 3rd State of the City, and so to see so many faces out there is, it's great. It's good to see you. So I'm City Council member for Ward 3, which is the east side, part of the east side, I should say. I share the border. I won't use your famous refrain, but we border communities, neighborhoods. It's a neighborhood that I grew up in. So I'm proud to be a council member for that ward. I played in Loomis Park. I went to Northeast. I went to Allen School across from the hospital, so that's all neighborhoods and territories that I'm very familiar with, which I enjoy being back into living in my neighborhood. So tonight what I want to do is give you a little update on some of the work that we've been doing as a city in the area of housing and housing development. I've been on the Affordable Housing Board working very closely with the Community Development Office, specifically Shane Laporte and Corey Mays, who've done an amazing job in coming up with creative solutions around housing for the Jackson community. So it's their vision, their tenacity, their negotiating skills that help us move forward some solutions to housing here in the city of Jackson. And so many of you have probably heard of what we affectionately call the 100 Homes Project. And it's a project that's been so inventive and so creative that both Shane and Corey have been invited to speak to other communities about how exactly did we do that? How do we creatively use our ARPA funding to build new structures, brand new homes from the ground up with these funds? So I want to give you a little update of what we've been doing with ARPA funding, which we'll have through December of 2026. And then we'll be moving ahead with that same vision, what we're calling 100 Homes Part 2, and we're looking at HUD home funding to continue to build housing on the empty lots that the City of Jackson owns. Another part of that has also been rehabilitation, because as we know, we live in a community where the homes are aging. I live in a home that was probably built in the 1930s on the east side. And so we know that a lot of homes have aging infrastructure, and in fact, in the past has resulted in a lot of homes being demolished. And so we were able to use those funds in a very creative way as well. The city has a history of giving homeowners loans to make repairs to their homes, and through the ARPA funding, we were able to expand that to non-owner occupied homes as well, so landlords were able to avail themselves of those resources as well. And so as a result, under the Rehabilitation Assistance Program, since July 1st of 2024, there have been 29 projects completed. There are 8 that are currently underway, and potentially another 12 that we hope to complete by the end of June 30th. So in 2023, about $390,000 was committed to and spent specifically on rehabilitation assistance. In 2024, about $535,000 was supported rehabilitation assistance. And then this year, we're planning to spend about $350,000 specifically for rehabilitation assistance, and that would be a combination of ARPA funds, MSHDA funds, and CDBG funds, which don't ask me to tell you what those acronyms stand for. So for 100 homes, which again, when I was introduced to the project at 100 homes, I was thinking, oh, I don't know. My interest, of course, was really looking at low-income housing and trying to build homes for low income. And I have to tell you now, in 2025, these homes are more affordable than the current homes that we have in Jackson County. And so creatively, I don't know what carrot they dangled at the end of the stick, but we got developers to come into the city of Jackson and build 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom homes from the ground up. New constructions with a cap on the amount of the cost of the homes, with down payment assistance, with home buyer education, so that home buyers would succeed in those homes. And so to date, there have been 44 approved buyers. There have been 20 homes that were sold. There are 15 that are under construction, 5 ready to dig, and 4 that are looking for lots. So we're almost 50% of that 100 homes goal for this year. And through 2026, we're hoping that we'll continue. And again, as I mentioned, we'll be looking at part 2 of 100 homes with funding after 2026 to continue to provide housing for residents in the city of Jackson. So just quickly before I end my remarks, I wanted to just tell you 80% of those homes are Jackson residents. So it is Jackson residents that are being housed by the 100 Homes Project. About 20% are non-residents. So of course we welcome people who want to make Jackson their home. About 18 of those are head of household, female head of household. 13 are male head of household. 13 are couples, and there are 40 children whose lives have been changed because of the 100 Homes Project. Thank you. So again, thank you. I enjoy being a part of the Affordable Housing Commission. It's been a pleasure to work with Corey and Shane, and I look forward to continue building. We can't change what's happened in the past, but we can move forward with this vision. Thank you.
All right. Yes, this isn't called the 100 Houses program. We're here to make homes for people and build our community and make a difference. Next, I'd like to introduce 4th Ward Councilmember Connor Wood.
Good evening, everyone. How are you today? All right, that good. Oh, this is fun. The keys are up here. I get a sneak peek. All right, I'm Connor Wood. I'm the council member for Ward 4 on Jackson's northwest side, and my goal is to be the shortest speech that you hear tonight. So let's see how this goes. We've had a very successful year in my corner of the city. We built a new Optimist Park just off of West Ave, and new developments are coming in that space that will add jobs and grow our tax base. We replaced a water main on a block of Grinnell between Norfolk and Wildwood, which means that those homes are going to continue to have safe water and sewer. And we made commitments this year. This is something I'm very excited about. Every few years, we do a long-term plan for the next several years of infrastructure investments in our city. And we made a commitment as a city council to invest $12,005,088.40 in street, water, bridge, and traffic signal work in Jackson's north side, 4th Ward, including Jefferson and Adams between Lansing and Blackstone, Bacchus between Monroe and Clinton, Bennett between Clinton and North, Bush north of Hallett, and North between Lincoln and Lansing. These are not roads that are in very good shape right now, and these are not neighborhoods that have benefited from a lot of investment. And I think that there is a lot of historic neglect in many areas of the city, and that's something that I'm really proud that we're working to address as a city council. I'm really proud of the work that we've done so far. I'm very excited for all that we have yet to accomplish. That concludes my report. Thank you and good evening.
All right, thank you. Focusing on infrastructure, what everybody doesn't see. Next, I'd like to introduce our newest council member, Ms. Christy Mae Davis from the 5th Ward.
Good evening. It's so nice to see so many smiling faces out there. Christy Mae Davis, Ward 5. I'm super excited to have the opportunity and the privilege and honor to serve for Ward 5 on council. I have had a wonderful time so far. I do, first off, want to tell Miss Mahoney she did a beautiful job of the national anthem. Absolutely amazing. It is a very difficult song to sing, especially for someone so young, so congratulations, amazing. I have been very lucky to have incredibly supportive fellow council members that have really taken me under their wing and guided me along and answered millions and millions of questions from me. And our city staff has just been fantastic. I'm not going to try to name anybody because I'm going to get in trouble for forgetting somebody's name. So you all know whose offices I have sat in for many hours. So thank you so much. I highly encourage anybody who has questions, just give City Hall a call and they will answer your questions. Even if you're not on council, they will totally answer your questions. When I ran, my 3 main things were compassion, connection, and communication. Our ward is fantastic with compassion. We have 3 different shelters. We've got Interfaith, Residents in Action, and the Aware Shelter. So we've got lots of people to love, and we're doing a great job. Connection was my next thing. This summer, I am currently working on rolling out a Kids and Teens Guide to Ward 5. Anybody can participate in the fund, but it is primarily emphasized for the kids and teens in Ward 5 so they can get to know some of the awesome resources that we have. We are very lucky to have the fire department, who doesn't love the fire department. We've got EMTs, and we've got the sheriff's office. So we are super excited to be rolling out a little booklet and pamphlet on that, hopefully in the next month or two. So keep an eye out for that. Just wanting to really be able to connect kids to future opportunities. Also in connection, I'm working on a program of Adopt a Block, looking for people to kind of head up their block of the street, connect with neighbors so we can really pull each other in. And then communication. I'm trying my hardest to hold a ward meeting every month. I love it when people come for city council meetings and give citizen comments. I follow up the best I can. And that's probably been one of the nicest things, is being able to see so many of you that are here tonight come to council meetings and give us your comments and questions. It's great. The last C that I've added today is community, and that is for the 2 new apartment buildings, Blackstone and Greenwood, that are going up in my ward, so that's going to be awesome. And then also we are working on bringing back New Year's Eve on the Ave. So if anyone is interested in that, we've got lots of plans that we're working on. Give me a holler. We will put you to work. Thank you so much.
Might be the newest, but has a very ambitious plan to connect with the community. I'm very grateful to have Councilmember Davis. Next, I'd like to bring up this is Will, 6th Ward Council Member. I was going to say all the way from the east side, that's later. 6th Ward Council Member Will Forgrave.
All right, all the way from the southwest side. Good evening. Thank you all for coming tonight. My name is Will Forgrave. I am the council rep for the city's 6th Ward, as Jonathan said. The mayor asked that I come tonight and speak briefly about some of the exciting developments with the city's parks and trails system, many of which are happening in my ward, but also all over the city. So if I say anything that is happening in Ward 2 and step on your toes, Freddie, I'm sorry, but I'll try to keep it brief. With that said, the 24-25 budget year is set to be a banner one for our park systems. I'll try to highlight everything, but the list is long. So know that I'll probably forget some things, but I suppose that's a good problem to have. Most recently, the Parks Board took the first step towards blazing and ultimately maintaining a mountain bike trail system through our city's Ella Sharp Park and the woods that surround it. Low risk, high reward projects such as this are really the park system's bread and butter. As I continue to list everything, I want everyone to keep in mind that the vast majority of these projects either came from grant funds specifically designated for things like this, or some of these projects that aren't, or those that did cost considerable funds up front, pay for themselves in time, those being the city's putt-putt golf course, which we recently revamped, and a second golf simulator to Ella's golf course clubhouse, just to name a few. To put a finer point on some of the others, this summer and fall we will see us complete a years-long project to update the city's MLK Equality Trail, That trail, at least the city's portion, goes from the MLK Center, which serves as the trailhead on the city's south side, to the southwest portion of the city limits. Come this fall, every inch of that section will be a 12-foot wide concrete path that is well lit and well maintained for the first time in, I think, a generation. As someone who has run and biked on that trail, it's been a while, obviously, but I used to. I'm excited to be able to start at my house in the 6th Ward instead of driving my bike to Weatherwax or New Leaf Park like I used to avoid some of the more damaged sections of it. Speaking of New Leaf Park, we're not calling that anymore. Jackson City Council also recently honored City Treasurer Marty Griffin and his family for their community service on various levels of government by renaming that park Griffin Park back in February, I believe. The Griffin family has a long storied history of local public service. Michael Griffin served as the Michigan State Rep for over 25 years and as the Jackson County Commissioner for 6. Marty Griffin, like I said, serving currently as the city's treasurer, served as Jackson's mayor for nearly 15 years, which is the longest serving mayor in the city's history. He served as state rep for 4, and John Griffin's 2 terms on the then city commission, as well as Summit Township supervisor, highlight the Griffin family's dedicated careers to public service and community development. So as public servants who recognize the importance of communal spaces, I think the Griffin family would agree that in addition to all the resolutions, projects, and proposals I've mentioned, we also recognize that our parks are not simply open, empty spaces. We have renovated the Booze Recreation Center, building using ARPA funds with upgrades to the center's meeting room, bathrooms, kitchen, gymnasium, lighting, heating, and flooring. I'm excited to say we'll continue some of that work at the Booze Center in 2025. We received roughly $650,000 in grant funds to upgrade the playground equipment at the MLK Center. We plan to add a basketball court, a playground, benches, and landscaping addition to Workers Memorial Park, which was dedicated a couple years ago, and we plan to include upgrades to the city's Rotary and Exchange parks in the mix as well. Additionally, I'd just like to share, this is a little in the weeds, but our staff are currently auditing and cataloging all equipment throughout our park systems to better maintain and update what needs attention. So in that same vein, I'd like to finish up. I want to applaud and thank all of our park staff for the work they do maintaining the city's 29 parks, 3 rec facilities, 2 cemeteries, and the miles and miles of trail systems throughout the community. So they deserve a round of applause for serving. Often, and some would say too often, it's people like me and others on council who get celebrated for some of these accomplishments. But I want to point out that our job is an easy one. We meet 2 times a month, sometimes less, and vote yes to complete everything I've listed here. But it's the city employees who work in and day out to complete what we voted for, and they deserve the attention and applause. So finally, a special thank you to Parks and Rec Director Kelly Hoover, the nearly 350 Parks and Rec employees, staff, and volunteers, both full-time and part-time over the course of a year. And a special thanks to all of you for coming out tonight. Have a good evening.
So far, we've heard about council's vision for how to take care of people, where they're going to live, how they're going to eat, how their infrastructure will be delivered, and how they will recreate. And who knows what we're in for next, all the way from the east side. 2nd Ward Council Member, Vice Mayor Freddie Dancy.
Woo! What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hello. Good evening. How's everyone doing? First of all, I'd just like to give thanks to my Lord and Savior, who's head of my life. Thank you for blessing me. What's cracking, Jackson? Are you feeling good out there? Are you feeling real good? I hope you're feeling good. So the mayor told me to get up here and say a few words about 2nd Ward, East Side. That's what we do. That's what we do. We make it real, baby. We make it real. So on the 2nd Ward, we got a lot of things going on, a lot of things coming up. So I'm proud of, we talked about Booze Center, Phase 1. We got Phase 2 coming up this year. We're going to do more with the apartment, building rooms, building classrooms, extending the entrance for people to come in, making it handicap accessible so it's easy for people to come into the building. Also, we are doing things on the east side corridor, working with our partners, Henry Ford, American One, to bring some things together. We have a feasibility study coming up this year to look into that, to talk to people, have them come and give what their thoughts are, what they want to see happen on the east side corridor. So I appreciate that, appreciate all that. Also, we building homes over there. We have an 11-story apartment coming downtown behind the foundry, so that's about 75 apartments, 100 apartments, something like that. Something like that. Appreciate that. Also, 100 homes. We're doing that also on the east side. So far, we have seven been built on the east side, Ward 2. Other new home projects that's coming. There's 7 under construction with VMG Construction out of Lansing. In the Health District, they building 7 there. Allen Edwards Home in the Health District have 8 under construction and in progress. And also Ellen Edwards has another 3 under construction. We also building three more houses. We have accessibility housing, city building a house, and also Habitat for Humanity. So we have a lot of partnership out there, a lot of things going on. We just appreciate each and every one. We appreciate the growth of what's happening in the 2nd Ward. So thank you. Can I say thank you, Mr. Mayor? Can I say thank you? Thank you very much, people.
If you weren't ready to believe that Jackson has a great future, then I think the next set of speakers will change your mind on that. The future of Jackson is bright, thanks to the work of Nicoya Weatherspoon and our Youth Council, and I am honored to bring up them now. The Youth Council, City of Jackson, Nicoya Weatherspoon and Tyshawn Gray. The future is bright.
Thank you so much. It's really nice to be here and seeing all the faces. I love coming behind energy like that because myself, I am that person that embodies that type of energy, and to know that we have leaders like that, that is enthused to be a part of our community and to make it better, that just makes me so happy. But with further ado, I am super excited to honor such a man. It is both an honor and a privilege to introduce a remarkable young man here to my left who embodies the spirit of our community, Tyshawn Gray. Tyshawn is, yes, please. Tyshawn is currently a student at Jackson High School and has been an active and dedicated council member for the City of Jackson. His contributions to the council have earned his recognition as a valuable asset, and he is consistently bringing fresh ideas, enthusiasm to our governance. In addition to his commitment to the council, Tyshawn is a member of the National Honor Society, reflecting his academic achievements and dedication to excellence. He is also a board member for Young People of Purpose, where he plays a crucial role in fostering leadership and mentorship among his peers. As the first chair of the Jackson High School Orchestra, he displays exceptional musical talent and leadership that unites the students through the power of music. Tyshawn is known for his consistent volunteer work. He is my go-to. Embodying selflessness and a strong work ethic, often going above and beyond to support various initiatives to our community. We appreciate his volunteering efforts with an effortless grace that inspires those around him. Outside of his academics and community commitment, Tyshawn pursues his interests in business and enjoys baking, and they are lovely treats. 2 passions that demonstrate his creativity and his entrepreneurship. Today, as he shares his insights for the state of the city, we look forward to hearing his perspective and vision for Jackson. Please join me as we welcome Tyshawn Gray to the stage. Already here.
Thank you. Okay. I know you done heard this about 10 times, but good evening. You already know my name, so I won't say it again. But as a member of the Youth Council, I'd like to take a moment to discuss the current state of Jackson, reflecting on both our challenges and our opportunities as we move forward together. Jackson is a community rich in both history and culture, and it is truly defined by its people. However, as we look around, it is clear that our youth today face many significant challenges. From youth unemployment rates to access to quality education and community resources, there are still many areas we can improve upon. Yet in the face of these challenges, I am inspired by the initiatives that are taking place in our community. Grassroots organizations and local leaders are stepping up to provide support, mentorship, and resources for our youth. I believe that young voices can change and can lead the charge for innovative ideas and collaborative efforts, whether it's through advocating for better job training programs, promoting mental health resources, or pushing for more youth-centric activities in our neighborhoods. Our ideas and passion can catalyze change. As we look ahead, let us prioritize opening channels of communication with our city leaders and working together as we develop a shared vision for Jackson, one that ensures everyone has an opportunity to thrive, regardless of their background. Thank you so much for your time.
All right. If I don't get to introduce the mayor, I guess the next guy is the next best thing that I get to introduce. It's my pleasure, it's my honor to bring up John Willis, a friend, a colleague, and a mentor of mine since I started here in the city in 2009. John Willis, come on up.
Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry, y'all may not know, but I'm from King Center. My background is youth, children, 10 kids at home. I need a little bit of energy. Good evening, everybody. Listen, I am very honored to be here to be asked to introduce our next speaker. A little history, about 2010, I was director of Martin Luther King Center. Young rapper came up to me. Let me repeat. Young rapper came up to me and said he wanted to have it. Now listen, I bring that up because people, like when he was running for mayor, people think they can bring up your past to stop you. They don't understand it's our past that made us. They're not understanding that. You need to understand that. I'm not what I want to be, not what I'm going to be, but thank God I'm not what I was. And we need to understand that. So anyway, when you bring that up, this rapper came up to me, said he wanted to have a book drive for a backpack giveaway for kids. Now, when you've been in a position in King Center, and I've been there for a while, you start to get a little cynical. Ain't nothing about this dude said mayor when he came up to me at all. This dude came up to me with a hat. Can't remember, I'm quite sure it was black and gold though. But he came up to me with his hat and with his idea, what he was going to do. I said, okay, sure, go ahead, give it your shot. And like most people that talk to me at King Center, figured he'd be there, maybe this summer, maybe not even this summer. But he came, and I began to see him change. I began to see him have a meeting after the backpack giveaway with the people that were in the backpack giveaway. And he had this girl by his side, he's still by his side today. She's not this girl now. She's Mrs. Mahoney. But they would sit down and they would say, what did we do well? What didn't we do well? And they would take people in. And the next year, they said, we're going to add, let's do the little girls' hair because they need that done. And then the next year, he said, you know what? We're going to add in the little boys too. Then they said, we need some food. But he kept working. He kept working. We kept seeing him transition. He got involved with the NAACP. He became the president. He kept working. He kept working. And the thing about this is he became a county commissioner. And he kept working, and he decided not to do the county commission anymore because he was going to be the mayor. Now, all of my life, I have successfully avoided being in anything political. All of my life. A lot of people called me, but this guy was so convincing that when he called me up, I don't know what I was thinking about. My wife don't even know what I was thinking about. But he believed in the purpose so much that he convinced me of it, and I'm grateful for it today. So it's with honor that I introduce to you today the father of 5 children, husband, and community organizer turned mayor. It is exciting for me every day to see him do the same thing at City Hall that I've seen him do in little rooms in King Center. Meet with people who have things they need to talk about. Now listen, there's been a couple times I thought I would have to grab him. Thought I would grab him up. We have a little conversation we call Be the Moon. And sometimes people come at him pretty hard, in these meetings. I see Mom shaking her head because Mom was probably ready to jump a couple times too. But my mother had this saying that every night, all across the world, dogs bark at the moon, and we never hear a word about it. But if the moon ever barks back, that's national news. So we always have this thing, be the moon, be the moon. I seen him a couple times look at me. He wasn't about to be the moon, but he held on to it and he made it. When you start messing with moms and different things, it's a different challenge. But to see him mature into what he has become, to see him do the work that he's done in our city, to see him be the father, the community person that he is, it is with great honor that I introduce to you the first African-American mayor in the city of Jackson, my friend, the Honorable Mayor Daniel J. Mahoney.
For a minute, I didn't know who John was introducing. Good evening. Good evening. Y'all must not have wanted to do that again, huh? My name is Daniel J. Mahoney, and I know exactly what you're thinking right now. What the hell was City Council thinking messing around with the parking downtown? Don't worry, we'll get to that conversation next Wednesday, and we'll talk about that then at City Hall on the second floor at 7 p.m. And yes, by the way, my middle name is Jermaine. Got to never let them know your next move. I want to start by giving honor to God for grace, for guidance, for the heart to serve, and as of lately, a few extra doses of patience. Second to that, I have to thank my wife, Simye, who's my best friend, my counselor, and a constant support. I just want to thank you for walking with me every step of the way. To my daughters, Calvinia, Sophia, Olivia, Cecilia, Isla Marie, watching you grow is what continues to drive me to strive to make the world a better place. You five are my why. My sacrifices today are so that you can reap the rewards tomorrow. This is a special week for me. My oldest daughter turned 16 yesterday, and just continues to amaze me with her maturity, her ability to understand issues that most teenagers don't even have to worry about, and then still show up and share her gift with the entire community like she just did. And then my 11-year-old turns 12 on Friday, and her selfless sacrifice this year is allowing her 16-year-old sister's birthday party to be on her birthday, and we'll celebrate her birthday the next day. That just shows the sacrifice that they have in their heart, and it just makes me proud as a father to watch all five of you guys. To my parents, my dad who's in Georgia, and my mom who is here right now with me, thank you for raising me the way you did. In my campaign, y'all, we have 2 rules for everybody, but only one for my mom. The 2 rules is we ain't going to jail or hell for nobody, right? My mom said she will go to jail for me. And she ain't playing. To my siblings, my brother, and my sisters, and all the rest of everybody else, the whole entire family, for all the support that you guys continue to provide. I just want to say thank you for helping keep me grounded. My big brother, who's not only my big brother, he's also my pastor, but he is also my security. I will not disclose which role he's playing tonight. And to the people of Jackson, thank you, sincerely thank you, for the honor to serve as your mayor. When report card time came around, that's election season for y'all who don't know. You didn't have to choose to allow me to continue to serve. In fact, many mayors don't get a second round. There's two in this room who have. Let's give a round of applause to city council members, to all the clergy in the room. I think everybody was kind of surprised, council. I text all of them individually, do you mind speaking for 2 to 3 minutes tomorrow? So the text came yesterday. They're like, Mr. Mayor, you could have asked us a little longer ago than that. But I appreciate you guys. All of our residents who are here watching, those who may plan to watch online when this streams, I want you to know that I see you and I'm grateful for each and every one of you, and it is truly a pleasure to serve with this council. It truly is. And Jonathan, I appreciate you and all of the staff as well. You guys definitely make our job easy. To Tyshawn, who I just found out was my cousin today, I said, wait a minute, Pebble's your mama? It was Glaspie, right? Well, let me just tell you, we cousins. I know you probably hear that all day, every day, just like my girls hear it all day. To Tyshawn and the rest of the youth council, thank you for being here today, and thank you for sharing your vision, your words, and expressing your needs. I always say that the young people have the answer to all the issues that we are facing today. They are not our tomorrow, they are our today. And as Jonathan said, I literally have it in here also that our future is very bright, knowing that you guys are going to be the next leaders of this community. And I also just want you to know that a part of what you talked about, which is youth employment rates, is something near and dear to my heart. I will share with you right now that the city of Jackson does plan to have a youth employment program where we'll partner with Michigan Works. Michigan Works is going to head that program, but we're going to be a very critical partner to them in that youth program that will actually start before the summertime. I want to say thank you to John Ferguson and the rest of my Masonic brothers who are here today. Thank you for being here, John. Thank you for the invocation. It's always the right thing to do for me to start things with giving honor and glory to the right place, which is the grand architect of the universe. And I appreciate you guys all being here. We took a tour of the building. This building used to be a Masonic temple, so to me, I thought it would only be right to invite my Masonic brothers here today to be with us, to see what we've done with the building. Mr. Willis, first of all, stop getting me all emotional before I come up here to talk. You know, I appreciate you for the kind and powerful introduction and just your contribution in general. Earlier today, we were up at the MML conference, and John shared, he was a presenter at one of the sessions where he shared the impact, the community impact presentation, which details redlining that happened right here in the city of Jackson and how that's impacted the South Side, where community members literally came together and announced that these changes in the name of urban renewal are literally going to create a ghetto, and that's exactly what it did. And John, I appreciate you for everything that you contribute. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm not ignorant to when people are upset, but with the type of feedback that I've received over the last week, which I've gotten some critical advice, and I give this advice to anybody who says that they're running for office. I always tell them, like, if you want advice from me, the number one thing I tell people is stay out the comments on Facebook. But you know, it's hard for us to take our own advice sometimes. And due to me having a little bit of extra time and wanting to make sure I see and hear what people are saying, I didn't know if I was going to show up tonight in a three-piece suit or a jogging suit, just to be prepared for whatever may happen. However, over the last 3 years, we have been on a journey together. In 2022, at the State of the City address, I told you that Jackson was in a renaissance, a time of rebuilding and renewal. In 2023, I declared that we had entered into a reformation, reforming our institutions, our processes, our policies, all for the better. In 2024, right here in this same room, I said that we were resilient and ready to meet the challenges head on and bounce back stronger than ever. Now in 2025, I stand before you with pride and purpose to say, while the rest of the country may be in regression, Jackson is building on progress, and we are protecting our future. Let's start with public safety, because everybody deserves to feel safe in their home, on their street, and in their neighborhood. Group violence intervention strategy, the Summit to Reduce Violence, the men and women in our police department and our partnerships with other law enforcement agencies like our Sheriff's Department, Blackman Township, the State Police Post, continue to pay dividends towards our collective goal of reducing violence in Jackson. In 2024, we had one of the lowest crime rates, violent crime rates, in almost a decade. We had less reported shootings, less shooting victims, and less homicides. While this benchmark is worth mentioning, we still have more work to do. Our goal is to have 0 homicides. And with the foundation left by Chief Hitt and the new leadership of Chief Simpson, I am positive that we will achieve this goal. But your support is critical. So I urge you to join us at this year's 2025 Summit to Reduce the Violence, which will take place on April 23rd at the American One Event Center. Next, let's talk about housing. Housing is not just about shelter. It's about stability, dignity, and opportunity. Through the 100 Homes Project, we're building 100 new homes on city-owned lots with the $2.5 million in down payment assistance that we'll help provide to the families who we plan to move into these homes. Today we have hundreds, despite people saying it wasn't going to work, we have hundreds of applications. You heard how many people we have approved already. We are almost at 50% of our goal already. So not only are we helping to remove barriers for home ownership, but we also now have a program that helps current homeowners rehab their homes. But see, we know that everybody is not ready for home ownership. And that's why council supported the Blackstone Apartments, which is almost finished. I'm sure you guys have rode past there and seen that that project is almost finished. That's a $13 million project with over 40 affordable units and retail space as well. The Greenwood Apartments project is almost finished as well, offering more housing options for working families. And yes, if you was wondering, the Hayes Hotel development is still happening. A $30 million investment in downtown Jackson. Despite having some issues with our previous developer, we were able to pivot to a different developer, and the building has officially been sold. We look forward to their commitment to our community and the vision that they have to bring the Hayes Hotel back to life. With the pipeline of applications for the 100 Homes project, I think that we can reach our goal for 100 approved buyers within the next 12 months. And as you heard, we'll be continuing to look for additional funding to begin a second phase of the program. And also, as you heard, we have 2 additional multi-unit developments in the works for the downtown area, more developers interested in building additional single-unit housing on the east side and on the south side of town, and we will continue to push to rebuild our neighborhoods one block at a time. We've seen Jackson businesses thrive and new ones emerge. From supporting small businesses looking to grow to attracting larger chains like Chick-fil-A. I can't wait to see that line. I don't eat chicken, y'all, but I can't wait to see the line. We look forward to welcoming new businesses in our community and continuing to strive to remove the barriers and the stigma surrounding doing business in the city of Jackson. We launched the Fix 36 program to make it easier to do business in Jackson, cutting red tape, streamlining processes, and helping entrepreneurs succeed. We extended the schedule for the downtown social district, and we are elated to launch the community kitchens right here in the city center to support local food entrepreneurs, which you'll be able to see yourself in the next few minutes. We're going to continue working towards revitalizing the South Side. The MLK Corridor Improvement Authority has awarded over $1 million in grants to corridor businesses. We secured the RAISE grant to fully reconstruct MLK Drive. From underground infrastructure, sidewalks to streetscapes, this will be a 2-year project, and it starts this year. To me, what's so significant about that is prior to finishing the 49-year marathon to work towards renaming that street, prior to me ever even thinking about becoming the mayor of the city of Jackson, I took a walk with our former mayor, with our former city manager, and we walked from the corner of Prospect and MLK all the way down to Mayoral Street. And we reimagined at that point what could be done to change that part of the community around. And that happened because to me, it was important for me to stand behind the name change, that it was not just a name change, that it was a promise to reinvest in the community's most divested in part of the city. And now we get to see that promise come true. As you heard from our first ward council person, our tireless efforts to bring a grocery store to the south side are beginning to also pay dividends. Because every neighborhood deserves access to fresh food. A location has been identified. We're working with Consumers Energy to purchase and remediate the property. And we are working with a developer who is currently interested in working with the MLK CIA to see this project through. With our efforts for revitalizing the South Side taking shape, we're also in the beginning phases of reimagining the East Side. We are investing where it matters. We've renovated the Booth Center, the MLK Equality Trail, the Optimist Park, the Ella Sharp Mini Golf, and in 2025, we'll continue to focus on neighborhood parks like Workers Memorial, Exchange Park, Rotary Park, because safe, walkable green spaces in every neighborhood makes the city livable. We're pushing forward with road improvements and exploring funding alternatives that don't rely only on assessments. We recently received another raised grant for the reconstruction of East Washington and part of Elm Street. Now, if you know East Washington like I do, if Officer Simpson sees you driving in a straight line, he may pull you over for drinking and driving because they got potholes on that street the size of this room, I think. Speaking of roads, over the next year, I plan to create a committee to work towards developing a plan to address fixing our crumbling roads. We cannot afford to wait for the state to fix the problem for us. And at the current rate, it would take us 150 years before we could fix every road in the city of Jackson. And so we need to evaluate what direction we want to take to address this problem. I'm not saying that the solution will be easy, and I'm not promising that everybody is going to like it. There's only so many options that we can explore. One thing I will say is that we all know that the newest industry in Jackson and in the state of Michigan in general is the marijuana industry. This may be new news to Jonathan, but I'm reporting to my boss right now, the people. I would love to see for us to have a pot for potholes program that would dedicate the tax revenue generated from marijuana sales to be added to, not replaced, but to be added to the dollars that we spend on fixing potholes in the city of Jackson. I think last year that revenue was around $300,000. Mr. King, plug your ears for a minute. Next, I want to talk about living our values. In Jackson, diversity, equity, and inclusion are more than just buzzwords. They are our core values. And for that reason, we are going to continue to celebrate our rich cultural heritage. So from Juneteenth to the Pride Festival, to Asian American Heritage Month, to the Hispanic Heritage Festival, Native American Heritage Month, we will continue to celebrate these things. We don't just say that you belong here. We're going to work to show it through our actions, our policies, our commitment to equity for all. Five years ago, the entire world cried out against the injustices against black and brown citizens. And from that was born the financial gain of a whole lot of institutions for supporting, working towards diversity, equity, and inclusion. What's funny about that to me is as I stood in the middle of the rally that took place at First Street in Washington, after being asked to speak, getting there, and then being told, well, we can't have you speak because you're an elected official, and then them messing up and actually handing me the bullhorn anyway, John. In that moment, my message was not to those who have oppressed us. In that moment, my question was for every single individual standing in the street with me in a fight that I've been in since the day I was born. A fight that I don't have a choice whether I participate in or not. At that moment, I asked him, when I told him, hey, thanks for being here, welcome to the fight. But my question to you is, in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, when this is no longer a social media moment, where will you be at? And here we are. Now today, 5 years later, diversity is a dirty word, equity is unethical, and inclusion is considered intrusion. With federal and state dollars being threatened and leveraged for the demolition of DEI, Jackson stands at a crossroad. A pivotal moment where we must decide who we want to be as a city and a community. Federal decisions are shaping the landscape in ways that will have a direct impact on our ability to grow, support our residents, and uphold the values that we hold dear. These changes challenge the progress that we've made in ensuring that every resident, regardless of background, has access to the same opportunities and resources. Elections have consequences. These consequences include the levels of funding that we receive, the policies that shape our neighborhoods, and the protections that ensure fairness in housing, employment, education, and our ability to age in place comfortably. As a city, as we consider how we respond to these federal changes, we must ask ourselves, are we moving forward toward progress, inclusion, and opportunity, or are we turning back the clock on rights and advancements our residents have fought for? Jackson, we must stand firm in our commitment to growth, fairness, and a future that works for everyone. The time is now to decide who we truly want to be. Tonight we've celebrated how far we've come But let me be clear. We just getting started. Together, we are building a city with safe, vibrant, walkable neighborhoods, a thriving economy, well-maintained infrastructure, and a local government that serves the people. Thank you, Jackson. Let's keep building together. Let's keep protecting what we've built together. Let's keep moving together. Thank you. Jonathan, if you will join me. Part of what I've looked forward to the most about State of the City is not only delivering a message to the community about how we plan to set the sail of moving forward in Jackson, but also the ability to take a moment to honor individuals in our community that we feel like have made a selfless contribution to the community. Sometimes people may not even know the way that they've shown up for other people. And this year, with us being here in the city center, soon you guys will be able to all go downstairs, tour, and see the community kitchens that have been built if you haven't already had a chance to check it out. And also, please eat up all of that food because I have so many kids. Somehow I always end up with all the leftovers. Please make sure y'all eat that stuff up. But I wanted to honor individuals who were entrepreneurs, who selflessly have made themselves available in this community to just be there for other individuals. The first person is someone who has stood the test of time in this community as a pillar for what I would still consider our downtown. So Faye Oda from Steve's Ranch, if you will come up and join me. Faye, they told me how surprised you were when you heard that you were going to be receiving this award, and I think we've met a handful of times. Out of the many, many times that I've had the opportunity to have breakfast at your restaurant, to have lunch at your restaurant. And the reason why I chose you to receive this award is because of the way not only you reflect what I feel like Jackson should be, but the impression that all of your staff who work for you in your restaurant welcome our entire community into your restaurant. There are so many dignitaries, important people, social clubs that all have breakfast, lunch, and or dinner. Where at Steve's Ranch. And so I wanted to make sure I recognize you and give you your flowers for the way that you contribute to this city. And so therefore, I give you the key to the city. Oh, yes. Did you want to share a few words? Please.
Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. This is really a great honor, and it's the best present you could give an 80-year-old woman who's celebrating her birthday Sunday. Thank you. And she's still standing. I feel honored and privileged to receive such an award. It is a lifelong dream, and it is my gratitude, I feel like gratitude and accomplishment to be recognized by this wonderful community. So as a child, I grew up in the Middle East. We were told if you wish on a fallen star, the star will grant you 3 wishes. So here I was, every night going to the roof, to sleep on the roof, waiting for the shooting star to give her my 3 wishes. Number 1 wish, I want to come to America. Number 2 wish, I want to go to college. And the 3rd wish, I want to be in a community where I could make a difference. My 2 wishes were granted, but here, now, you all granted me my 3rd wish. I am grateful and honored for all the support that the Jackson community gave me throughout the years. We came here, we opened the business in 1980, my husband Steve and I, and 8 kids. Well, first there were 6, but then through the business we had 8. Well, it was at first it was rough sailing, then we gave it all we could. The kids helped, everybody helped, but the most important, the community accepted us, and they cherished the hard work we did, and we were in a great hand. We felt comfortable with the traditional value of this community. My kids grew up here. They all went to school here, and they all started colleges here, and we were comfortable with everybody and happy with the community. Everything was good until Steve got sick. He passed away in 2004. I was crushed. Of course, I lost my husband, my long life companion, and I was wondering whether I could survive that or not. But everybody came to my support. What can we do? One man offered to wash dishes. One man offered to go pick up a grocery. One man offered to, and he did the best, to be a host in the restaurant. He worked with me for 7 months, just hosting. I do want any pay. I am just happy to be in the helping you. That support made me realize, yes, I can do that. I am between family and I am between friends. This is my home. When my husband passed away, he had a few words, his last few words to tell me, take care of the business. Don't let anybody take it away from you. Take care of the kids. Pay their tuition and pay their student loan. Gosh, he forgot I have 8 kids. You know, that was a load. But with the help of the community and the help of the kids, which I am very grateful, and I'm also very thankful to all my employees and my good friends here, that we survived, and the restaurant has succeeded 45 years in business. And we serve the whole entire community every single day, and our employees are dedicated, and our customers are very loyal and supportive. So thank you, Jackson, and I am proud to be one of the Jackson community. Thank you all, and thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
So, the next person, I receive a lot of phone calls, and there's certain people that I know when they call me, either I did something wrong, or they're gonna drop some jewels on me, give me some good game about something that's happening, or they're gonna encourage me in a moment that I may be down. And so I always pick their call up and hope that it's not the first one. And this individual, I bought my first car from. It was a 1986 Monte Carlo. And he told me at the time that he knew my family. And almost every time when he calls me, he'll call me. And he's always got a very low monotone voice. And he's not a man of a whole lot of words. But he'll call me and he'll say, Daniel, I needed to talk to you about something. And he'll tell me what it is he wants to talk to me about and then get off the phone. But he shows up anytime this community needs him. He has shown the way from owning horse stables and allowing young black girls and boys and young city kids experience what it was like to ride a horse inside the city over at Ellis Sharp Park. He owns the only salvage yard in the city of Jackson and owned it for many, many years. And we all know that if you need something worked on your car, you got a dent in the door because somebody opened their door at the grocery store and put a dent in your car, or you only got, at the time, $1,200, but this was 26 years ago. I don't think $1,200 is gonna get you nothing but a good conversation right now. It still put you on four wheels. Listen. When you from the South Side and you need that first car, you knew you could go to Goldie and he gonna get you together. But when I called him, I said, hey, I was calling you because I nominated you and selected you to receive the key to the city. And he said, well, I thank you. And, we'll have to talk about why you did that at some point. And I appreciate receiving it. But I'm in Florida right now. He said, so if you could just bring it down here to me. I said, I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I'm just going to keep driving straight. I was coming from Lansing. I said, I'm going to just keep driving straight to Detroit. I'll get on the next flight to bring it down there. But he said, no, I won't be there, but my daughter will be here. But Golden Gibson is the recipient of the second key to the city, because not only has he shown the way, he is also an individual who has poured into the entrepreneurial spirit of other individuals in this community and has never asked for any recognition for the way that he has helped other individuals. And so for that reason, I felt like it was the most appropriate thing to do to give him his flowers and to present to him the key to the city. And thank you, Andrea Parker, for being here to come up and receive that on his behalf.
So I know my father, if he was here, he would have a long little speech for you. Daniel already knows that, so it's probably good that he wasn't. But I just want to say, first of all, good evening. And on behalf of my father, Golden Gibson, I say thank you for the key to the city. He wasn't able to be here due to some unforeseen circumstances, but my father went to Western University. He came back to his own community. He wanted to make an impact in someone's lives. He has fostered many young boys and girls, and they, in this community, not only have they been around us, but they also got to live with us. He wanted to take care of them financially, and he thought that this was the best thing to do. He started the very first and only riding stables in the Ella Sharp Park. And I was so proud of my father for that. Now, I smelled like a horse for a long time because he made us ride those horses and take all the people out. And John, you already know, we all have had this opportunity. So I am very proud of him because he also started the first salvage yard. He was the first Black man to have a salvage yard, not only in Jackson, but in the state of Michigan. So, thank you. So he has done some really great things. He loves to talk to all the young men, and he loves his community. So thank you.
Mr. Parker, it's almost golf season, baby. Okay, so now I get to bring back up an individual who truly makes it a pleasurable time during difficult moments. Him and I talk, if not daily, multiple times within a week. And what I like about Jonathan is his spirit and mine are the same. We are here for the smoke. If you don't know what that means, let me rearrange the words. We are here for any trouble or challenges that we must face. And we face it all with good spirit, and we welcome it. When Jonathan got word that there was some people upset for some reason that we were opening a grocery store and working towards and actively making moves towards opening a grocery store, and I said, Jonathan, I think you have to come to the MLK corridor meeting. And he said, yeah, I've heard about the messages on Facebook. I've seen it. And so, okay, cool. That's no problem. I'll be there. And I said, it might get a little heated. He said, that's okay. It's cool. I'm ready for it. And so I appreciate the way that he meets challenges. I appreciate the way that he treats our staff, and the way that he leads, empowers us as city council to also lead stronger as well. And so please give a warm round of applause to the host for our evening tonight as we close out, as you hear some parting words from our city manager, Jonathan Green.
Usually I give a long speech about leadership, and we're not doing that tonight. I just want to say, no matter why you came here tonight, whether you wanted to know what was going on with the state of the city, whether you're one of the staff who took me up on the strongly worded suggestion that you come tonight and bring your spouses, whether you're paying attention to recent news or you've been paying attention to news of the city all the time. I hope you recognize from the people who spoke tonight, all 7 city council members, that there's 7 human beings who come together on select Tuesday nights and try their level best. Try their level best to make a difference in the community. Try their level best to bring new solutions to old problems. to try their best to do what they think is right. The best part that I love about this city council is their commitment to continuing conversations, to making sure every voice is heard, and the understanding that we're going to get a lot of things right on Tuesday nights. Sometimes we'll get something wrong, but that's not the end of it. We're going to keep talking. We're going to keep hearing from people. We're going to keep illuminating the problem. We'll look at it from different lenses. We'll bring in new people. We'll bring in old people. We won't shut out ideas. So hope all of you tonight, for whatever reason you're here, you at least take that away. That City Council is here to work for the people. And when it doesn't work for the people, their work doesn't stop. They'll redouble their efforts. And like I said, just because we don't get it right on every Tuesday night, doesn't mean we'll call a meeting for a Wednesday and we'll do it again. Because all that matters are the people of the city of Jackson. And all that matters is making sure we don't stop working for you. Thank you.